What's new really is that we're seeing a lot of mainstreaming of the discussion on financial inclusion. We're also seeing the connection between financial inclusion and other important issues like financial stability, financial integrity issues, consumer protection issues. So you're seeing all kinds of experts coming together and having a very interactive discourse. I can't also ignore the entry of technology. Back then, we were talking about mobile money, for example. There was not much conversation about cloud technology, distributed ledger technology. So these are new elements, and they have brought scale and affordability to the transaction. And technology has opened up new possibilities for delivering financial services to these erstwhile difficult to serve markets. We look at these innovations, these new technologies, from the perspective of if they are bringing in new ways to solve existing problems, then they are useful. And therefore, we ought to pay attention and engage. So before it was e-money, now we're talking about virtual currencies. Both cases bring fresh opportunities. Both cases bring new risks. And we have to evolve to deal with this. We don't so much particularly focus on the type of institution that provides a service. Rather, our focus continues to be what activities are being done. We see new players who actually enter the market as competitors. But on the other hand, we've also seen innovators, fintech companies partnering with incumbents. In the Philippines, we're seeing more partnerships than rivalries. And many of them work together side by side in a digital platform that is now more accessible. So this fusion of products and providers in platforms, I think is a very powerful development as well that is promoting financial inclusion in a very rapid scale in our country. And I think this is going to be also the experience of many other countries. In the case of the Philippines, we have allowed the use of virtual currency, for example, for remittance and payment services. This is solving one kind of problem about the cost of remittances, for example, which compelled us not to say no right away when we got comfortable that this can be managed. And also learning from standard-setting bodies, for example, the FATF framework allowed us to put out formal regulation. We have not encouraged the use of virtual currencies as a financial asset where people can invest. We were not comfortable with the risk that was being introduced relative to the benefit. We've also allowed what we call virtual currency exchanges. Basically, these are not really exchange in the stock market sense, but rather these are really converters of virtual currency to fiat currency and vice versa. And that is a logical point for introducing regulations that particularly address our concerns on anti-money laundering and terrorist financing issues, on consumer protection, and also on technology risk. But we're continuing to learn. We are reviewing our regulation and probably will be enhancing it further. Data privacy is a very important issue. Some would argue that people who don't have financial services right now or unbanked or underserved probably don't think much about it just yet. But I believe that by addressing this issue at an early stage, you will be avoiding major problems down the road. So I think it's a good investment from the beginning to work to protect data privacy, so to let people be in better position to know what information is being taken from them and how it is being used so that they can then manage their own risk. Philippines is a heavy user of Facebook, so all of these scandals unraveling, Mark Zuckerberg testifying and initially coming across as very cavalier about data, I think at the very least sends chilling messages to their customers. In the early going, we were kind of thinking in terms of products for a customer. Now, the approach really is Here's a customer. His need or her need is a range of services, not just payments. Maybe in the morning, it's payments. Later on, it's credit. Then later on, it's savings. So what is happening is these various financial products are made accessible in a digital platform. And that platform is also the channel for e-commerce. So this coming together creates a lot of new opportunities, but also then broadens the challenges. I think it's quite fortunate that standard-setting bodies are also themselves coming together, because as these products come together, there are commonalities and challenges that have to be dealt with. So it's very constructive that, for example, the financial integrity regulators, the FATF, are having very good dialogue with the banking regulators, the insurance regulators, the securities regulators, because these are the products that are being created all at the same time to serve a market that before had not been served. So this is a very exciting development, in my opinion.